Hey, it's Dan here. This week, we're going to talk about something that I think stops more people than anything else. It's not a lack of talent. It's not the lack of opportunity. It's not the lack of money. It's fear. Most dreams don't die because somebody tried and failed. Most dreams die because nobody ever started. The dreamer looked at the first step. They felt fear and they walked away. They told themselves, They don't come. They would come back to it later. Later turned into never, and that vision of themselves that they could have built, just slowly faded away. So today is day one of our 5-part discussion on courage, specifically the courage to take the first step. We're going to spend this week looking at fear and self-doubt, the things that keep people stuck, and what you can do to push through it. You can do it. I'm confident in you. So let's start with the truth that nobody wants to hear, really. The fear, it's not going to go away. If you're waiting for the day when you feel confident, like I'm ready, I'm fully prepared, and I'm not afraid, you're going to be waiting the rest of your life. Sorry to break the news to you, you're never going to start. Those things don't go away. The people you admire who built remarkable things didn't start because they had no fear. They started because they decided the fear wasn't going to make the decision for them. So Mark Twain has a line that kind of stuck with me, that courage is the resistance to fear. It's the mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. So that's the whole game. Courage isn't the absence of being scared. Courage is doing things while you're scared. That's it. It's kind of specific about the kind of fear that we're dealing with here. Okay. Most of the fear that stops people from chasing what they want isn't a real danger. It's a social fear. It's a self-image fear. It's the fear of looking foolish, the fear of being judged, the fear of failing in public, the fear of finding out you just don't measure up. But think about that. You're not afraid the new business is going to eat you alive. You're not afraid your friends and your family are going to watch you start it and then watch it not work. You're not afraid that if you have a workout itself, you're not afraid that walking into the gym, you're going to perish. You're afraid of feeling out of place. You're not afraid of like writing the book. You're afraid somebody's going to read that book you wrote and they're not going to like it. The danger, it's not real. It's not going to hurt you. So the judgment's going to come. Absolutely. Expect it. Especially if you write a book, people aren't going to like it. But at least they read it. They bought it. So, hey, you got paid for them to not like something. Awesome. Move forward. The judgment of strangers isn't going to kill you. The judgment of strangers isn't going to change the fact that at the end of your life, you sat down and you didn't do your dream. Go after your dream. Go for it. Don't let the fear of somebody else's thoughts affect you. Something from when I was in the Air Force is like when we're going through training, especially being a flight engineer, there were times when I was sitting in the classroom looking at this really complex system and I'm like, what's going on here? I had never seen this before. And I knew I was going to be tested on it in just a couple of days. And when I knew like my crew was going to depend on me, knowing how to do my job and being really good at it, especially when we were deployed, I was good at my job. The fear was real. Don't be mistaken. The fear was real. And the fear of not measuring up, wow, that was through the roof. But the fear of letting my crew down, that was there every day. And the fear of washing out of tech school and then not having the job I wanted, that was real. But you know what I did? I did the next step. I read the next page. I memorized the checklist. I asked questions when I didn't understand. The fear didn't go away in the training. It just got quieter, slowly. So why did that fear get quieter? It's because I kept showing up and doing the next thing. Whatever was in front of me next, the next thing in front of me. That's the move. The fear gets quieter when you keep moving. Fear gets louder when you sit still. So there is a principle I kind of want you to take away today, okay? The thing you're most afraid of, to start doing is the thing you need to do most, and you need to do it now. So the fear it's not always a stop sign. Sometimes the fear is a marker that says, This matters. Pay attention to that. It's saying this is the door. Now, if the fear is a real safety thing, that's different. If your gut is telling you that something's wrong, listen to your gut. But if the fear is, I might look stupid, or I might fail, or I might not be good enough, what will people think? That's not wisdom. That's just fear in a costume. We'll talk about this more on Thursday. But yeah, fear in a costume will set you back, and don't let that happen. Pay attention to later in this week. Today, I want you to do one simple thing. Take that dream you wrote down a couple weeks ago. You should have a list underneath it already. The one thing you've been sitting on, okay? Now, underneath that, write down what you're actually afraid of. Not what you're telling yourself. Write down the real fear. But be honest with yourself. Nobody else is going to see what you write down unless you want to share it. Are you afraid of failing? Write that down. Are you afraid that your spouse or your partner isn't going to support you? Write that down. Are you afraid your old friends will think you've changed? Write that down. Are you afraid that you'll start and you'll quit and you'll prove yourself right about being a quitter? Well, write that down. There's something powerful that happens when you name the fear. The fear loses a lot of its weight. It goes from being this huge, invisible thing that's stuck in your head to being a sentence on a piece of paper. And anything on paper, you can work on it. So tomorrow, we're going to dig a little deeper into this self-doubt, that voice in your head telling you that you're not enough. Then Wednesday, we're going to talk about the action being the antidote to fear. Remember, just like I just said, motion, keep it moving. So Thursday, we're going to talk about how fear disguises itself as common sense. Fear in a costume, or wisdom in a costume. We'll talk about that Thursday. And then Friday, we'll wrap up the idea that courage is a muscle, and you can build that muscle. You can build the muscle of courage. So for today, name that fear. Write it down. Put it in the comments if you're willing. Sometimes saying it out loud is the first step to shrinking it. So have a great day, and then I'll see you here tomorrow.